everyone, and happy Lady Midnight release day. Today I am here to review the one, the only, it's upside down, Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I figured now would be a great time to post my spoiler-free review since most of you are probably checking out the book and grabbing it yourself today, or maybe you found it early and are deep in the thralls of it, which good luck to you, my friend, because ooh. This is going to be a very hard book to review, spoiler-free, but I will do it for you and also for me so I can go back and watch it after book 2 inevitably emotionally compromises me and gives me heartbreak again and go back and see how naive and innocent I was, but yay! First off, Lady Midnight is about Emma Carstairs, who is a distant relative of Jem Carstairs from Clockwork Angel and also who we met in City of Heavenly Fire when she was 12. This book takes place 5 years after all the events of City of Heavenly Fire. So Emma is now 17 and Julian is also 17, 16, 18. Just throwing out numbers at this point. So this story is mainly about Emma and also her parabatai Julian, who in City of Heavenly Fire, they were in the LA Institute when Sebastian Morgenstein attacked them. Julian's father was killed. His two older siblings who are part fairy were shipped off to distant lands because now the Clave has problems with fairies after the whole Sebastian Morgenstein Dark War. And Emma's parents were also killed in what was blamed by the Clave as Sebastian Morgenstein, but the way their deaths happened was a lot different. They were found in the ocean, drowned, and just like horrific things having happened to them, whereas Sebastian just kind of smashed and dashed anyone who got in his way. So Emma has really never believed the Clave when they say that her parents were killed by Sebastian Morgenstein. The past 5 years she's been working to prove and figure out who the real killer is, and this book is basically her doing that, her figuring out who the real killer is of her parents, and that's her whole mission in this book. Emma, what you need to know, is such a badass. Like, I had no doubt she was going to be an amazing character, but she was so badass and so funny, and I really love Emma. I think she's a great addition to this whole Shadowhunter world. And Julian, I have to say I was super impressed with, because he definitely wasn't like Jace or Will in that kind of arrogant, sarcastic, deprecating way. Like, he's very more gentle and kind of almost Jem-like, and I don't like Jem at all, so I was a little worried I wouldn't like Julian. But Julian very much impressed me, I think more so than Emma, because Emma I was expecting to be so amazing, and Julian I wasn't, and it was really cool because I didn't know we were going to get also his point of view in the story. Reading his point of view was very interesting to see his whole things, because he really has a lot of burden on him. Since his father died, he's kind of had to run this whole family by himself, all his younger siblings and everything, and it's a lot of pressure on him, and just to see how he deals with that and how he handles it. And there's almost like two Julians in a weird way. It's like this gentle, loving, funny kid who cooks pancakes for his siblings, but then also this like complete badass warrior who will just destroy you if you so much threaten to lay a finger on anyone he loves. And it's very interesting to see a character who's so like split, but then like how both of those aspects just mesh so well and make Julian so amazing and so beautiful. So I really enjoyed the story, much more than I thought I would. I saw the main plot twists coming, and I think a lot of you will if you've read Cassandra Clare's books before, because you kind of know how the story goes, so you're going to see one of the plot twists coming. However, the ending absolutely destroyed me. Like, first we have the last chapter in the book, and that was just horrific in general, because it took me like a good 5 minutes to figure out what the last sentence in the last chapter meant, because I was just like, well, that's strange, I don't understand what's happening. And then I'm just like literally reading it, and it just like hit me, and I was like, oh, no. It was intense, to say the least. And then the epilogue is only literally like half a page, not even, like it literally takes up this much, but it literally like it sets up the whole rest of the series in a way that I did not expect it all. Like, everything that happened, I had ideas for where the rest of the series could go. This epilogue completely changed all those ideas. Like, I never even thought of it, and maybe it was just me being stupid. If you saw it coming, please feel free to let me know down below, because I was absolutely surprised by the epilogue. I was absolutely intrigued and surprised by the epilogue. The last chapter, on the other hand, kind of creeped me out. I was like, this is a little strange, and you'll know what I mean hopefully when you read it, because it was a little out there. Other than that, I have to say the cameos too from previous characters in the book is really good. I feel like it's not too overpowering, but at the same time it's just enough. Like, it's honestly perfect, I would say. It's like not too much, but not too little. It's just what you want. I mean, we see or hear pretty much about everyone that we knew in City of Bones and Clockwork Angel. We pretty much know, if not meet them again. So that was really, really cool seeing how they relate to these characters, but then also seeing like how they're viewed through Emma and Julian and everyone's eyes, because like we're reading them, so like we saw like their struggles and like how imperfect they were, but like what we forget is like how cool Clary and Jace and all them were, and how like they basically like saved everything. And yes, it was cool, but we saw like their struggle, and we saw like them from the beginning, and like how like normal they were, and then how like all this stuff happened. Whereas Emma and everyone else, it's just like Clary and Jace are kind of like the stuff of legends, like the thing you aspire to be, and that's really, really cool. And for Emma especially, Emma, I really, really loved her character. Like, I can't stop. I thought was so fascinating was how she has been training to be as bad of a shadow hunter as she can be, like the best kind she could be, because she knows that Jace and Clary and all them are amazing, but they also have angel blood in them, so it kind of gives them a little extra bonus, whereas she doesn't have that, so she trains like 110%. I mean, Emma Carstairs is the literal representation of 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. She was amazing. To hear like how she trained, like how she would train herself to jump from really high spots and like intentionally break her bones just so she could be better and learn how to like deal with that. It was very cool because it was very, very warrior-like, and in some aspects I think she's a better fighter than Jace or Clary or Alec or Izzy or anyone, just because of how hard she's trained and how hard she's pushed herself, and it was really amazing. The last thing we need to talk about, of course, is the love interest, the love storyline, heartbreak, whatever you want to call it. There were many different romances in this book, all equally as heartbreaking, but all equally making me cry and squeal like excited fangirl. I'm being like very careful because I don't want to, like, I don't know what is technically a spoiler or what is not, but Emma and Julian, their whole relationship, you get me, is very interesting, and it definitely moved faster than I thought it would, but it was also very cute, and it kind of deconstructed the insta-love, because it was kind of like not insta-love, but like this love that you've had since you were so little, and I really, really liked their relationship. And then there was also a cute romance with Emma's friend Christina, who I don't want to spoil who that's with, but I really liked it, and I'm excited to see where it goes in the next story. I hope she ends up with the guy that I want. There was no like clear love triangle, like there's definitely like inklings of ones that are being set up, but I appreciate that like so far no one has had their heart like distinctly pulled in two directions, so that was a nice change of pace, because I mean that's one thing I was very worried about, was there was going to be a love triangle. Overall, I just so enjoyed this book, and if you want to hear my spoilery thoughts on it, I will be posting a video for that in the near future, probably like a couple weeks away, so I can give people time to read it and then discuss everything. But yeah, I have to say it was definitely good, had a very, very good plot twist, very crazy ending where I was like, what the frick is happening, but also very good character development. All the characters, Julian, all his siblings, I feel like they all had their own distinct personalities, and I really like that. Like, each of them was entertaining to me. I think this was a very, very strong opening and introduction to the whole world of Emma and the LA Institute and everything that's going to happen there, and I definitely give it 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, guys. I think it was just so well written, such great characters, everything. Like I said, if you want to hear more about it, be sure to check out my spoilery video talk on it when that is uploaded in a few weeks, hopefully. So I think that's about going to do it for this review, but if you read Lady Midnight, or if you are wanting to read Lady Midnight, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. And also, while you're there, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'm trying to make her give a thumbs up, but it's not working. She's drowning, Miranda. You shouldn't, okay. And also subscribe to my channel down below to be told when I make all sorts of new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!